going to compare your swing to Grant Wade and begin at the impact position. You're in a really good position here compared to Grant. Very similar position. Your left hip is outside your left foot, just like Grant's is. Your hands, your ball position was about right here, and so you had your hands in front of the ball at impact. So you've got your weight going to the left side. I like that a lot. So driving to the target, driving to the left side, getting your maximum amount of weight on the left side at impact is something that you're doing really well at impact. So I really like that. I like the fact that your left arm is very extended here, nice and straight. You're not buckling your left arm. You're keeping your elbows close to each other. Very good. As we go through your swing from start to finish, here's your one position. Again, looks very good here. Good extension of the arms, shaft lean, hands in front of the golf ball. Here you are in the three position. You're still maintaining your weight on your left side. You're starting to extend your back leg and flex your front leg. Your left arm is very extended here, very straight here. You've hinged your wrist really well in your backswing. You're making a good shoulder turn and hip turn. Here we are at the top of the backswing. I should mention that Grant is hitting, I think, a 6 or a 7 iron, and you're hitting an 8 iron. So Grant's backswing is shorter, even though he has a longer club than you do, than your 8 iron. Now, you've got, from the waist down, you're in pretty good position. You're loading up the left side, flexing that left knee. You have actually a little bit more shoulder turn. I want to focus a little bit on Grant's forearm and upper arm are in line together. The line from his shoulder to his elbow is in the same line as the elbow through the hand. Your line from shoulder to the elbow is almost identical to Grant. So the fact is, the reason your elbow bends is there's something in your mind that believes that you need to take the club further back in order to have maybe more power. And so your shoulder turn and upper arm turn is identical to Grant, but then you bend the elbow and go into a different direction, and that's what gets your shaft on a different goes over. It's an overswing, and so you actually could stop prior to as soon as your upper arm gets to this position, just stop everything. Stop your forearm and your upper arm, and do your downswing from there. Now I'm going to look at your swing with the 8 iron from the target line view. Setup looks solid here. Good posture. Hands comfortably under your arms. Let's take Grant back to we're going to take him back to the 3 position, which is when the left arm is parallel. Going to take you back to the 3 position. Similar positions. So you're straightening your back leg. You're flexing your left leg. Okay, let's take Grant back now to the top of the swing. So that's the top of his swing there. This is where you bend that elbow a little bit. It looks like your right elbow gets up off your side here a little bit more than Grant. As you desire to lift that club, bend that arm, and do that overswing. And it puts your shaft a little bit across the line where Grant keeps his on plane and on the target line. So one of the things that will help your consistency and ball flight control is that last stage of your top of your backswing. If we can kind of minimize that last minute lift, last minute bend to the elbow, you'll have a much more solid position at the top and much better control and position of the club itself. Now as we look at impact, y'all are in similar positions, but certainly the thing that I see is that Grant's hip turn is a little bit more on the downswing. You don't initiate you're turning here, but then it doesn't turn quite as much as Grant's does. So Grant has a little more hip turn all the way to impact right there. Here I'm showing Grant in the 3 position in the backswing, and I've drawn a blue line on the shaft pointing down to the golf ball. On the right, I show Grant in the 9th position, which is basically the mirror image of the 3 position on the other side after the impact. And I've drawn a red line on the shaft, and you'll see that it's pointing back to where the ball was. So all the way, the golf swing is a tilted arc, and it's on plane all the way around the body. And so the club never really gets off of that plane. It stays on that plane in the backswing, and it stays on that plane in the follow-through. Here we are with your 3 position versus your 9th position. Your 3 position, your club is pretty close to being on plane to the golf ball. It's a little bit above it. And then on the follow-through, you severely get off the plane and swing more upright. The swing of your club is created more by just your arms almost doing a pendulum, up and down pendulum, as opposed to letting the arms rotate around your spine, rotate around your core as your shoulders and hips turn. When you let your core of your swing, the shoulders and the back and the hips be the engine of the motion, then they will turn around your spine and keep the club perpendicular to that spine all the way around the swing. But when you disconnect the arms from the core, that's when they can go in a path that's independent of the rotation, and can cause problems with consistency, because you create one plane on the backswing and a different plane on the follow-through. Now we're looking at the driver swing, and here I have you at impact. Again, pretty good position here. Your weight strongly on your left side. You're off your back foot. You've got a nice extension in your arm here. That looks good. I actually do see a little bit more hip turn at impact. I'm starting to see the left back pocket here on the driver, so that looks very solid. So this here looks pretty good in this position. As we continue forward with the swing, got a nice extension. You're still keeping those arms straight. So that looks pretty good right there. Your shaft is a little bit more to the left than what it was with the iron. Here at the top of the backswing, pretty good position in your feet, your lower body. The only issue again is the overswinging and the excessive left arm bend. In conclusion, I think we still need to focus first on starting line control, getting the starting direction of the ball flight in the direction we want. You're working with your grip so that your hands can more consistently deliver the club with a proper face angle. And we made some little adjustments in your grip last time. We're going to look at that some more this coming week.